Hey everybody, good evening, good evening, good evening. All right, y'all. We are going to talk tonight about charge off accounts for those of you who have them and you want to get rid of them. It is a little bit of a process, but I want to kind of walk you guys through what that process is. Comment in the chat how many of you actually have charge offs and how many do you have? And the better question is, how long have you had them? Do you have a charge off? How many do you have? And how long have you had it? And the reason I ask that question, because the time frame that you've had that charge off is going to be important. I'm going to share a little bit of information with you near the end on why I asked that question. Because what you guys have to understand, you all know that we are doing the 90-day credit cleaning challenge. And on this journey, because this is in the home buying group, my goal is to help you guys to improve your credit so that you can begin your home buying journey. Now, I know a number of you that may be in here, you may already own a home and you just want to clean your credit. Some of you may own a business, you want to clean your credit. And some of you just want to figure out how can you leverage your credit to get out of your situation. But I typically like to gear these videos toward helping you to get home buying ready. However, when it comes to getting home buying ready, I also like to teach you guys how to leverage your credit, because even though you want to buy a home, you still may have too much debt. For those of you who feel like you don't have enough money. So if you can at least improve your credit, we can now leverage your credit to pay all your debt off, and you can leverage your credit to get money that you can use to help you to now go into your home. So one of the things we're talking about tonight, and we are on week 3 for those of you that are on the free journey. Tonight we're talking about charge-offs. Now, here's what I want to briefly explain to you, because this is not going to be a long class at all. It's going to be very, very short. When it comes to charge-off, you guys have to understand, how is this charge-off being reported on your credit report? And most of you don't realize, and I'll be honest with you guys, when I first started, just really getting into credit, I didn't even know. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I didn't even know this. And because I do know this, now I know better. I'm trying to now help more of you to do better. So when it comes to your charge off, you got to look at how is it being reported on your credit report. So hopefully everyone has a copy of their credit report, and you can look at your credit report. Is that charge off reporting every single month? And what I mean by that is it would report like a CO, CO, a CO, a CO. One, that's a violation. And if you know you have a charge off, let's say, for example, your account was charged off last year this time, so it's been a whole year. And ever since that account went to charge off status, they've been reporting a CO, a CO, a CO. Well, I'm going to tell you like this, that every CO that they have on your credit report, that's up to a $1,000 violation. And I'm talking about up to $1,000 back to you, for those of you who know how to work this process. Now, when it comes to a charge off, let's talk about why the charge off even exists, how it got started. So typically, if you have an account that you've had for any length of time, and let's say all of a sudden you can't make the payments, you go 30 days past due, you go 60 days past due, you go 90 days past due, you go 120 days past due. So now you've missed 4 payments on this account. And at this time, the creditor is now saying, okay, well, we're not going to get no money. So let's go ahead and just charge this off, charge to the gang. So now they charge it off. And I know a number of you who may be at that point, may not have gotten to charge off status yet, but it's at that point where now you have all these COs. But here's the deal. because this is the part that most of you don't know. And this is where you guys are about to learn something new. When it comes to a charge off account, a couple of things behind the scenes begins to happen. Some things happen this way, and most of them don't. So when that account goes into charge off status, typically what we know it as is now the bank, the creditor, whomever it may be, they're now at a point, especially at the end of the year, when they got to clear their books, they're going to go write that off and take a tax deduction. Did y'all know that? I'm in the chat. Did you know they wrote the account off and now they got a tax write-off because it now is classified as bad debt? Did y'all know that? I need y'all to respond because I'm teaching y'all something right now. Because see, some of y'all got a collection, a charge up on your credit report, and it really don't need to be there. And then for those of you who really don't know, okay, and of course I'm not going to get into it tonight, that charge off, that is money. And I'm not talking about money to the banks. That's money back to you. So if you got a $13,000, $50,000, $100,000 charge off, that is money that is owed to you. So again, pay attention. So if the company at the end of the year, they go and write your account off, and what most of you have seen, two things happen. Really, one thing should happen. But two things happen. They continue to write charge off, charge off, charge off every month. Again, you know that's a violation. But the one thing that most of you know happens, now you start getting letters in the mail from collection agencies. Has y'all started doing that? Because last week we talked about collections. So we jumped over the charge off part and went straight to collections because I know most of you, your collections is the easiest thing you can get removed. When it comes to buying a home, a charge off, you can still buy a home with a charge off, but it still affects your credit. It still is a problem if you want to go and get a new credit card. So this is the reason why we're having this conversation. Just because they charged it off, that doesn't mean that it's not affecting your credit, because it is. So here's the deal. I'm going to back up a little bit. So remember what I said. Even though they wrote the debt off, they're also still reporting it or updating it as a charge off every single month. Guess what should have happened? Because this is confirmation. Now, some of you may not have gotten this confirmation. If you have a charge off, pay attention, I'm about to teach you something. If you have a charge off on your credit report, and now you're starting to get letters from a collection agency, that is your proof that they wrote that debt off. I hope somebody caught that. If it is reporting on your credit report as a charge off, and now you're getting letters from collection agencies, that is your proof that now that creditor has wrote that account off. So here's what's going to happen, guys, when that happens. Again, this is what I'm about to teach you something, because I know most of you don't know this. I didn't know this. Because they wrote the debt off, and now they put it on the board for all these collection agencies to pick it up, guess what should have happened? Can anybody guess what should have happened? Y'all know my thing is don't leave no money on the table. So what should have happened when they sold that debt for pennies on a dollar? But they're still updating it on your credit report. We ain't gonna talk about that too much, but that's a whole nother conversation. Exactly. They should have sent you a 1099-C. So here's the trick, because I'm telling y'all right now, If y'all catch what I'm about to put down, pick up what I'm putting down, y'all shouldn't have no charge-offs on your credit report. They wrote the debt off. They sold it to these collection agencies, but they didn't send you, but should have sent you your 1099-C. You get that, and now claim that on your taxes as income per the IRS publication. Go read it. IRS publication 4681. Go Google it if you don't know it. If you go and report that income on your tax return, you cannot have that reported to the credit bureaus. That is against the law. That is illegal. So what I'm trying to get you guys to understand is this. If all these processes that I just gave you just happened or have happened, you all now need to go draft up a letter and send it to the creditor and let them know you need to now send me a 1099-C. But what I'm going to be talking about in my advanced class, in my 7 o'clock class, I'm going to show them how to do that. Because if they don't send it to you, guess what? You send it to them. But you better fill that form out, right? So what I want you guys to understand is, this is why I know for a fact that charge-offs are very easy to be removed. So for those of you who know how to do the 1099-C and you get it and get it accepted, or you've already filed it on your taxes, you take that 1099-C, that copy, you take a cover sheet, and you send all that to the collection agency, the credit bureaus, and you let them know per the IRS publication 4681, income, which is called also a certificate of indebtedness, cannot be reported on your credit report. It needs to be removed. It is a violation. And literally, it's easy just like that to get a charge off removed. That's literally all you have to do. Now, if you have to go and send the letters to the creditors, I'm telling you right now, a lot of them are not going to do it. They're not. Because one, they don't think you know anything about this process. But this is why you guys have to go do your research. And I've given you guys a couple things you need to go research. One, the IRS publication, and about the income, how it cannot be reported on your credit report. Go fact check me. But you also need to go and fact check that most of these companies, again, I know it sounds real easy the way I laid it out, but everybody don't do what they're supposed to do. So if they don't do what they're supposed to do, then you go file it. Okay? Any questions on that? Because if not, I'm done. It was just real quick. I told you this wasn't going to take long at all. And then for those of you who decide to go forward with me in the advanced class, I will show you literally whatever your charge-off amount is, how to get that money back. Literally, how to get it all back. Any questions? Yeah, they should have sent it, but they not. Yeah, you should have. Now they're not gonna send you no check. No, the check process is a different that's a whole nother beast. And it's not coming from them. Okay. Any questions? I got about 2 minutes. I'm gonna give y'all a couple extra questions only because I was running behind. And I don't know why I got this thing on my screen and I can't get rid of it. Okay, so I hope this has been helpful to you guys. I got my advanced class coming up next. But again, guys, this is how you can get your charge off removed. Last week, we talked about the collections. If you didn't get the replay or you missed the class, there is a replay for those of you who may not be on my email list. There is a link in the bio that'll take you to my link tree. If you want, get on the email list. On my email list, I will be sending out replays so that you guys can really get through this process. Again, guys, I want you guys to be able to clean up your credit because our goal here is at the end of 12 weeks. So for those of you who are new to me and you don't really understand what it is we're doing here, I am doing a free, FREE, y'all know y'all love free. I'm doing a free 12-week lessons on how to clean up your credit and how to leverage your credit because I want to be able to show you guys once you improve your credit, you can now go and get that house. For those of you who feel you have too much debt, you don't have enough money, if you have good credit, I want to show you how to leverage your credit to pay off your debt. Okay? I know some of you feel like, oh, Marcia, how can I do that? Because I don't make enough money. Trust me. I want to show you how to leverage your credit and to really be able to eliminate your debt. Because one thing that you guys don't know, and a lot of you have really been sleeping on this, okay? I don't care if you don't have two pennies to rub together. You need to focus on your credit by any means necessary. If you can improve your credit, no, you don't have to have 800 credit scores. However, that is the goal that I have set because I've set the bar real high, okay? If you guys are following step by step each week what I am teaching, there is no reason why you should not be in the 800s. If not, okay, let's say the high 700s. But worst case scenario, you still have excellent credit. And with that excellent credit, that is what's going to open up the doors for you in order for you to do the things that you want to do that you feel you can't do at this particular time. So again, I make these classes real easy. I make them real short, okay? I don't make them real long and drawn out because it don't have to be about all that. But take the information that I've given you, go and implement it. You got a whole week because we meet once a week on Thursdays at 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. You got a whole week to go and research the information I've given you, okay, and to go implement the information I have given you, okay? If you got to send out dispute letters each week, it is what it is, not a big deal. Send them out. But if you got to send out letters to your creditors, as I advise you, you do that as well, okay? So if y'all don't have any other questions, y'all have a good night, and then I will see my next class shortly. Bye-bye, y'all.